And now to a parenting debate, making a lot of headlines out there. Single Kelly Clarkson revealed she finds, quote, nothing wrong with the spanking to discipline her children. And this has caused quite a reaction online.
Oh, yes, it has, Michael. Kelly says she knows spanking is a tricky issue, of course, but she says she feels, quote, fine about it. Take a look. Fresh off her appearance at the Golden Globes, Kelly Clarkson is still delighting her fans with stories of who she met that night.
This cheek has been caressed by Meryl Streep. Another amazing moment tonight was that I got to meet Steve Carell.
But this morning, the Love So Soft singer is making headlines for her not-so-soft stance when it comes to spanking.
I'm not above a spanking, which people aren't necessarily into. I mean, I don't mean like hitting her hard. I just mean a spanking.
During a radio interview with 98.9 The Buzz in Rochester, Clarkson spoke candidly about how she disciplines her kids and that she's not above spanking when dealing with temper tantrums thrown by her 3-year-old daughter, River Rose.
I warn her. I'm like, hi, I'm going to spank you on your bottom if you don't stop right now. Like, this is ridiculous. Honestly, it's really helped. Like, now she doesn't really do that kind of stuff.
While a 2016 Gallup poll shows that over half of American parents approve of spanking, the American Academy of Pediatrics does not recommend any physical punishments, saying it teaches aggressive behavior and can become ineffective if done often. For younger children, AAP advises appropriate timeouts. Clarkson, who is also mother to 1-year-old son Remy, says she's well aware of the line.
I'm a well-rounded individual with a lot of characters. I think that there's a fine line, obviously. I believe in spanking, so, you know, you might catch me spanking my child at the zoo.
Clarkson did say she is especially mindful about spanking her children when she's outside of her home or around others. And she says, quote, my parents spanked me and I'm fine.
Well, I got it too.
Hand raised.
Hand raised if you've been spanked. I know I've been spanked. And for more on this, let's bring in psychiatrist Dr. Gail Saltz. And Dr. Clarkson says she's, quote, not hitting her hard.
Right.
But is there a spectrum when it comes to spankings?
Well, physically there's a spectrum, right? If you're hitting hard to harm, that's abuse. Right. Light spanking is not considered abuse in this country. So in that sense, yes. But no, in the sense that any spanking has actually been shown to be not as effective as other forms of discipline in the long haul. Maybe in the moment, but not in the long haul. And also shown to correlate with long-term aggressive behaviors in the kid that was spanked and even mental health issues.
It makes sense because it's a lot harder and it requires a lot more patience to put someone in a timeout, especially if you're out in public and busy and trying to rectify bad behavior in the moment. So it makes sense. But earlier this morning, I want to say this, we surveyed our audience, and this is really interesting, asking if it's okay to spank your kids. 20% said it was never okay. 78% said it was sometimes okay. Your thoughts on that?
So look, I don't want to judge Kelly Clarkson or any other mom. It is the hardest job, and discipline is one of the hardest parts of it. However, it does seem to be a cultural issue in the sense that we have all this new data that says, right, it's really not effective and it's really not good for you. But it does seem to be that if you were spanked, you think it's fine. Why? Because we need to believe that our parents did the right thing for us and because we're good people. And so we do tend to employ the same techniques and spank our kids. But new data should show us, just as it does with other health issues like cancer, hey, there is something that maybe needs to change because, in fact, it's not working and it's not good for us.
So what do you recommend for discipline as our children grow and they get a little bit older?
The most important thing is consistency, but overall, with negative reinforcement, it should be non-physical. It should be something like a timeout or taking something away of value to that child. So if it's a young child, maybe it's a toy. If it's an older child, maybe it's a phone.
It's a phone.
Exactly. But being consistent about that. But more important, human beings, like all mammals, respond to positive reinforcement more so. So consistently, positively reinforcing behaviors you want to see. So they did something, they said thank you or please. Oh, great, that was terrific. You know, giving them attention. Maybe it's a treat.
For the positive thing.
But attention, because what kids want most of all is attention. And when the attention is negative, as in spanking, they're going to repeat those negative behaviors.
Makes sense.
Yeah, sure does. Dr. Salt, thank you very much.